Lord beloved, as you navigate this dream matrix, be careful of definitions. See, I grew up in a legal family. My dad was a judge, and I have a bunch of attorneys in my family. So since we were born, we had to be very specific about what we were asking for or how we were answering things. And sometimes be careful, don't even answer anything because you have not taken the time to analyze it or define it. This whole, I'm going to give you, just one example that everybody is aware of. This whole, God type concept. They present it as a man or as a father. What does that even mean? What does father mean to you? Just start asking some questions. Did this person actually have sex with my mother? Like, was it like sex? Was it something super dimensional? Why does this person not have a body? Why does, it just start, whatever your questions are. And you're going to notice that people will struggle to define things or explain things. They would just say things like, well, just take something by faith. All right. What does faith mean? And this is where I love people like Jordan Maxwell or Mag Bam or, some of the people that question the status quo, because, whether they take it in the wrong direction or not, that's their privilege. But, the important aspect of it is that they question things, because deception comes by deceitful definitions. Now, if somebody presents it to you like, all right, God would be this type of a entity, and they would have this appearance, and things like that, then you can kind of go, all right, sure, yes or no. This resonates or this doesn't resonate. But vague definitions are sort of like the trademark of this deception matrix that we call lie. There's a lie in the name of life, because you're buying into this lie. Now, within a dream universe, are there such thing as definitions? Does this even make sense to you? Because it doesn't make sense to me. So you can go ahead and define all you want. Now, that said, there are certain patterns and symbols that you can define because they actually carry the essence of what is and what isn't. So when people, try to bamboozle you with definitions or, blind you with science, so to speak, ask them to show you a symbol. What's the symbol of your God? And let's say they're gonna put a cross, and I'm gonna say, yeah, nope, that's just the mind. That's only the AI matrix. That's not all the God there is. When somebody shows you the symbol of an S, you're like, all right, we'll go with that. That's the symbol of the spirit. But then they cross it with an I, and it's like, okay, that's no longer the serpent. That's something completely the opposite now because it's crossed. And that the cross has the symbol of that AI matrix once again. People don't even know that the word church comes from circle. Circle is basically the divine feminine or nature. But what they do in church, they defile nature because they do everything against nature. The water is no longer fresh. The ritual is no longer natural. Things like that. So they're harnessing the energy of nature by defiling it. So you see, you gotta press them to show you a sign. And if you look at it, this world, this natural world was conquered by the sign of the cross, which I have no problem with. I like the Templars. They're cute. But, don't bullshit a bullshitter here. I mean, show me your sign. If it's an S, that's the spirit. If it's infinity, those are the three gods in one. Jesus called those the Most High. Basically, all the three in one. They're represented by the dragon, technically. If you show me an I, okay, that's the universal Father. If you show me an X, all right, that's the symbol of the material or AI matrix. If you show me a swastika, that's a symbol of this, entity that has infiltrated this planet now and has created a new creation. If you show me the pyramid, that's the AI. If it's a circle, that's nature. You really have to define. You have to ask them to define, because see, symbols do not lie. If somebody says, oh yeah, I'm all for nature, and you draw a circle on your hand and you put it in their face, watch their expression. They're going to be like, oh, they're instantly going to run away from you. I've seen it in public. Because see, symbols are sigils. They have power. And one power that they do have is the power to dispel deception. Because you can bamboozle me with all kinds of beautiful words, your silver little tongue, but when I ask you to show me a symbol, you better show me a symbol. If somebody says there is no symbol, all right, fair enough. I'll take that. That's beautiful. That's an amazing concept, because technically that's sort of like the only truth of nothingness. Be careful with definition and words and names and things like that. There was one more thing I was going to say and I forgot, but I'm sure I'll remember it within my next video. I think it had to do with the symbols. Anyways, just ask people to show you their symbol, and you're going to see that they can't or they won't. There's so many things that say, the circle. Like, for example, you look at, I don't know, a label and it says the Circle Cafe. And you look at the circle and it's not a full circle. That's because they belong to the material entity, the AI. They don't belong to nature. So they're not going to serve you natural food. Everything is going to be cooked. And you don't even know what else they do with those things, rituals and things like that. That's the same thing with, like, for example, you go to a yoga place and it says, yoga, something, life yoga or something. And they show you a symbol of infinity, but it's not infinity, it's interrupted. So you better believe that that's not going to be a natural environment in there, So that's why, Jordan Maxwell talks about things like that. Watch for the truth through symbols. Anyways, just another food for thought for today. I know you guys are bored and it's a long weekend. Enjoy the sunshine, or be one. Stay in peace.